Okay, we are on Etna, and I'm Ciro Biondi, and we got this vineyard here on Etna, on the southeast of this crater, from a generation in a family. And to describe what it is, Etna, it's sometimes a bit complicated, especially for people that didn't have the experience. So I tried to make it easier for them. So think to have the highest active volcano in Europe on the South Mediterranean island, and have this vineyard. They are about 700 meters above sea level, because the DOC area can start from 400 meters up to 100 meters above sea level. And it's quite high, so it's not like what you expect to have from a wine from South Mediterranean island. It's something completely different. This will be shock to you, especially with the whites, because the whites are, let's say, very mineral. This acidity is there. Of course, you don't know how come you get this acidity, but of course it's because of the roots that goes very, very deep inside the soil, get all this stuff from the rock and bring to the grapes, and therefore to the glass. And the acidity is very evident, and as like the reds, there is something elegant into this wine that makes you drink more and more. And also these wines are very versatile, because for instance there's some whites young that you can have, of course, as an aperitif with oyster. They combine perfectly with the sapidity of the oyster itself from the sea water. And also the reds, which are very elegant, very high acidity, and then you can have those white wine red with fish. Right. And they will be very good pairing. So the soil of Etna, you see, it's like ash, it's sand. And on this vineyard, the soil actually, it smells, because they are alive in here. It's not destroyed by chemical poison. The different color of the rocks show different elements inside the rocks. Red, iron, different iron, more dark. So the secret of Etna is that the lava floods, and there are many different lava floods on Etna, that stays underneath your vineyard, make the difference. And you can use the same grape varieties, which are Nerello Mascalese and Nerello Cappuccio for the reds, and Caricante and Catarato for the whites. Make these grapes not very important, because the most important thing is the composition, the mineral that you got under your vineyard. And it's just made with the eruption. For instance, we are here in this vineyard we call Cisterna Fuori, and on the other side there is the other vineyard, which is San Nicolò. So this crater here is dated 125 BC, where San Nicolò is dated 125,000 years ago. So they are completely two different soils. And if you taste the two wines from these two vineyards, you will not believe they are made with the same grape variety. Just because, as I said, we make the wine first with the soil and then with the grapes. So another important thing on Etna is the difference in temperature between day and night. Because you can have, for instance, 35, 40 degrees at night, during the day, sorry, and at night this temperature can drop to 15, 16. So this is very, very important, especially when it's the last last period of the ripening to give more of this flavor into the grapes. And talking about the grapes and talking about places where fantastic places where you make wine. There are few places in the world where you are so lucky to have what the French say terroir, which means a lot of stuff together. It's microclimate, soil, people, grapes, and I remember once when I went to Burgundy, and I was amazed by the quality of their wines. Of course, they got many hundred years more of experience, but I was very curious, and especially I was very curious to understand how come the wines, the white wine we were tasting out of the barrels, didn't taste of wood. So I asked other producer there I remember it was Montrachet, and they gave me this information. They told me how they treat their grapes in order to have these beautiful wines. And I steal this, let's say, secret, but it was not secret. And I try baking here in Sicily to make the wine out of our grape variety in the same way the people in Burgundy they were making theirs. Of course, it's just I start this path, and that was 2011, the first vintage of our Canter, and now we are about to bottle the 2016 next month. And every year we are trying to make something different, just to learn more and try to get more stuff. But the problem is that one life is not enough. Maybe two will be not enough. But somebody have to start to do something like that in order then in a few generations probably somebody say, you know, in the 2011 there was this crazy great uncle who due a trip to Burgundy, he stuck to make that, and thanks to him now we are drinking this beautiful wine. Well, that will be my dream. You know, there are some vintages, they are very awful in terms of weather, and like 2015. 2015 was pretty awful. It was rainy. So we managed to harvest in 1 or 2 days that were not rain. And it was a disaster because the grapes were, lots was mold. We just harvest 40% less of the grapes. And I was thinking that year is not good. January, I went to the cellar, I tasted the wine out of the barrels, and I was shocked because it was so good. The thing is that when you are forced to select a few grapes because the rest are destroyed, you just put inside the cellar the few bunches of grapes that are the best in the vineyard. And by doing that, you make a very good wine. When everything looks perfect, it's very hard to select. You just harvest everything. So it's much easier to make a great wine out of a very bad season, very bad vintage, rather than a beautiful, without problem vintage.